Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. So today we have a marathon for Greybeard, and it is the band, yes, the Doobie Brothers. And I'm sure it's going to be an adventure because we started with the Doobie Brothers. One night I was, listening to Steely Dan, and then basically because of it ended the record, and this is on Spotify, and then basically when the record stops it puts you on the radio, so it was Steely Dan radio, and then along comes What a Fool Believes by the Doobie Brothers, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And so the next day I was like, okay, I have to show this to Alexia like blindly, I mean, I heard the song, I think I only heard like half, and then I made a reaction video, and the next day and put it like, and I was like looking at Alexa, and then she started singing. So she knew this song because it was so, of course it's so famous. I didn't know it. So, but then, so we got kind of like obsessed with Michael McDonald. And also we started to fish out Michael McDonald and Steely Dan, all his like backup vocals and stuff. And you can hear him pretty much anywhere, or everywhere. In the 80s and the 70s and 80s, he was just very busy. So, but then of course we also listened to the Doobie Brothers, the pre-Michael McDonald Doobie Brothers. So that's completely different. It's a completely different band. And but we also love that one. So both are just so powerful. Pre and after, Michael McDonald. So this is Greybeard. He always picks everything very carefully. So this is going to be amazing because I'm probably gonna hear a lot of Michael McDonald and a lot of pre-Michael McDonald. I don't remember quite now the vocalist, but he's also fantastic. Just the band, like, with him or without him, is just pure gold. So today, if you see the camera a little bit different, if the mic is a little bit louder or not as loud, I'm sorry, but something happened where Windows just decided to just change everything, and it was like an update, and everything got disconfigured. The camera didn't work, the mic didn't work. So it took me about like 2 hours to get everything just almost back the way it was, the way the room looks right now, and the height and everything. And so I fit in the camera. So if it doesn't sound just the way before, just give me some time. I just still have to like fine tune the whole thing. Yeah. So Greybeard, thank you so much for your marathon. It really means a lot because the Doobie Brothers are very special. Alexia, I mean, she can't do these marathons. They're just too long. I mean, she can maybe do one, every 3 days. But I do like 1 or 2 a day because there's a lot of requests. So especially this month, we were going to do 4 marathons with Alexia, but the whole like Buy Me a Coffee website was kind of like overswamped with requests. And there were 10 requests that did come through because everybody was like clicking on the request button. So we still have to do like 6, and it's just tough for her, and it's already the end of the month. So just excuse her that she's not here, but she listens to all the music that I listen to here and that I react to. And we also said it's impossible to react to every music on the planet. There's so much. I mean, we could still do another 30 Doobie Brothers marathons if we wanted, So just understand that part, that I'm not trying to do this by myself because I want to. It's because we have to, because she just can't do it. So also, if you're new to the channel, if you like the Doobie Brothers, check out all reactions. We have about 4 reactions to the Doobies, and we always talk about in every Steely Dan, like after like we did Gaucho, we were like, oh, there's Michael McDonald, there's Michael McDonald. So we are pretty much Michael McDonald fans, but also, like I said, early Doobie Brothers is wonderful and we love it. So there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's at least 4 or 5 reactions on the channel that you can check out from the Doobie Brothers. So if you also So if you're new to the channel, if you don't mind, like and subscribe. You can give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you feel like. And you can also request a song or a marathon once I open back up. Right now it's closed because I don't have time. I do work, and so I do this just for the love of music and, you know, as a hobby. So, okay, so let's get into the video. Let's read off the songs that we're gonna do for Greybeard. And today we got, I'm so excited. Let's see here. So I'm almost done with marathons for this month. The first one is from the, let me just put on my glasses. Is this Toulouse? Oh yeah, Toulouse. The first one is from the album Toulouse Street. Wait a minute. Looks like I don't have internet. Let's see, there we go. Okay, so the first song, Toulouse Street, and Jesus Is Just Alright With Me. Okay, then we're gonna do The Captain and Me, 2 songs, Long Train Runnin' and The Captain and Me, and then what we're once vices and are now habits, 2 songs, Songs to See You Through, Daughters of the Sea, and then the last one is from the album Stampede. And this is Take Me in Your Arms, Rock Me a Little While. Awesome, man. I can't wait. All right, let's do this, man. So I just want to see here the year. This is where it kicked me out. Also, guys, like, I, you know, do these long intros because I really care about the channel. Sometimes I see reviews that says, oh, just skip until the minute 8 for the interesting stuff. I think that what I'm talking about is quite interesting, but I mean, it's all good. You know, if you want to skip to everything that I say, that's fine, but I just find those comments like, really? Okay, so I'm gonna pause this video real quick because it looks like our Spotify account has been sabotaged as well, just like the computer. I'll be right back in about a second. All right, we're back. So it was just like, I guess, you know, the computer being funny. So Toulouse Street is from 1972. Then The Captain and Me, 1973. What were once vices and are now habits, 74. So yeah, he did it in order, of course. And then 75, Stampede. Thank you so much, Greybeard, for that, because I love listening, you know, to music in, well, yeah, in order of release, you know, at least if it's not the entire album, but awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm not going to interrupt the music because when I get too close, it kind of like distorts. And a lot of people have told me, hey, you know what? When you talk during the music, it just sounds like, and I've heard it and it sounds like crap. So I'm just going to pause the video if I, you know, want to say something, and then I'm just going to resume. Okay, so let's go with the first song. I can't wait, and it's going to be awesome. Please enjoy. song here. Man, awesome. That's what I would have done. Like, I would have like also like just improvised, you know, like, so this is the difference between the Michael McDonald Doobie Brothers and the original Doobie Brothers. This, you know, it's funky and it's just, it has more beat and it has more soul. It has those solos. It's not as like, you know, as like poppy, like pop, you know, because I mean, What a Fool Believes is beautiful. And it's, I mean, I've heard that song so many times, but it's more designed for radio, for like maybe to dance, it's something romantic, I guess. But this is more like rock and roll, you know. This is like the solo. We have the drums, we have percussions, the bass, you know, the keyboards, you know, you know, it's just like, and I love the lyrics. I mean, it's really, it's so hard, man, because I mean, you guys grew up with the originals and then suddenly they changed, and that must have been a shock. But for me, it's like in reverse. I didn't grow up on the Doobie Brothers, but I first enjoyed them for months, like the whole Michael McDonald stuff. And I'm sure there's no Michael McDonald. Maybe he's some, I don't know if I heard him in the background, because they told us in the comment section he used to do backing vocals first. And I think play the piano. But I don't know if on this, but yeah, I mean, he's such a great voice. But I think this is mostly going to be original, and then maybe you'll get a part 2 from Greybeard. I don't know. But man, okay, I'm just going to pause real quick. I want to close that door because Lou is going to come home soon, and then Marley's going to go insane. And so I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. As you can see, I even put something in my hair. It's just water, but it's always in my face, and I have to cut my hair again. Okay, so let's go with the second song, Long Train Runnin'. Funky, yeah. another breakdown, yeah. Wow, so good. So I'm looking at this like this was a great song. I love the solo, the harmonica solo, the breakdown, super funky. Man, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia site and there's so much information. It's like about this, just like the first band. And I was just looking, I was trying to look up the first vocalist, and I don't think I'm being successful here. Because it says list of past members and the list is like this. And then it says original incarnation, Michael McDonald years, and then it's another like this. So I'm just gonna take the music. I'm just gonna focus on the music for now. I wanted to talk about the other, like the vocalist, but I rather do that in a live with you guys, or you guys put it in the comment section. I just want to focus on the music, and I tried to like just read, and it's just gonna distract me of the music. But this was a great song. Let's just listen. Let's just enjoy. And then let's talk about formations and band members and all that good stuff. Okay, but I mean, I'm sure this is just gonna be the same, the first vocalist, and so this is The Captain and Me. But I love this tune, Long Train Runnin', great funky vibe, and I loved it. Great. Let's go to with The Captain and Me. Yeah. Just beautiful, like the way it's more acoustic. It's like it still doesn't have that 80s vibe that I love, but it's also nice to have the 70s just acoustic guitars, you know, strumming. And I love his voice. It's very like of course it reminds me of other voices that I've heard before. I don't know, I could like name 3 or 4 or 5 vocalists that it reminds me of, that this guy obviously inspired. But let's just like stop with the comparisons and let's just enjoy. I love this way it feels like, so it feels like classic, and it feels more like the Eagles, you know, or maybe, I don't know. It just, I really love the sound of this. It's really cool. Really cool. And it's funny that I mentioned the Eagles, because the Eagles and Steely Dan had their competition, you know, more like a joke, because I mean, Steely Dan is like, come on. Yeah. So let's keep going. even some. There's some cowbell here too. Oh no, that's not a cowbell. That's a banjo. I love that there's a banjo. Fantastic. Fantastic. I love how it became a little bit faster at the end, like do 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 do, and then they threw this banjo into the mix, and I thought, I don't know, I said cowbell, but it's banjo. Beautiful. So this, so now we're in the year 1974. Okay, I don't want to check anything. I'll see what happens. This is what were once vices are now habits. The song is Song to See You Through. Let's see what happens. It's beautiful guitar intro. Ooh, there's no horns. So that was missing.
Sometimes I can't see past today. I know I'm growing tired and I feel it, yeah. And the song that I sing when the notes begin to ring, it's hard for my head into the melody, yeah. Day to day, I tell ya, day by day, I see faces all around me. When the stars smile, I just stop for a while, and I say, baby, let me know you. A small town store with an old wooden floor. The old man inside selling dry goods has a smile on his face. Don't you notice
Very
how
nice.
to replace? I bet he's gonna live to be 100, yeah. Day to day,
I mean, the horn section does give it a lot of more like I don't know, like I've been listening to a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, like that, like I love that. Beautiful. Everything's just perfect. This band is amazing. I mean, but I already knew that, of course, but it's just like the music's so good.
Day to day, I tell ya, day by day, I see faces around me. When the stars smile, I just stop for a while, and I say, baby, let me know you. Summer is hot and winter is cold. People are doing just what they're told. It's too bad. It's too sad. Thinking for yourself is a hard thing to do. Well, don't you know that depending on you, see them through. Yeah, but see them through. It's the only thing you can do. You know you got to see them through. Shining my light like a candle so bright. Show me the way to my future, yeah. With your hand on my face, take me far from this place. Honey, I'll be the key to your heavenly door. Hear me, baby, call it to you now. Don't you know now, baby, well, they're counting on you. See me, baby, reaching for you, reaching out for you, baby. Don't you see me reaching out for you? Hear me, baby, hear me calling to you. Don't you know that, baby, that I'm counting on you to see me through now? Hear me, baby, oh, hear me, baby, but don't you see me reaching for you? Don't I know I need you, baby?
Yeah.
Hear me, baby. Oh, can't you hear me? Calling out to your name. Well, see me, baby. Reaching out for you. Reaching out for you. Gotta get to you, near you now. Hear me, baby. Calling your name. Don't you know that I'm counting on you to see me through? Yeah, yeah, me, baby, baby. Calling to you now. Hear me, baby, baby. Counting on you to see me through now. Reaching for you. Oh, I'm reaching for you, baby. Gotta reach for you now, but you gotta see your tail.
Good, man. I mean, honestly, as a musician, I mean, since I'm a musician, I would have preferred to play in the first Doobie Brothers because they're being more technical. There's more licks. There's more guitar. Just variety of styles. I mean, this one reminded me almost of the Allman Brothers a little bit, just like because it has some licks. It has, I don't know, a Chicago. You know, it reminded me of Chicago too. And the 80s Doobie Brothers, or like the late 70s, is more like a disco kind of like feel. Also very beautiful and very catchy, but this is more like a rock band. And Doobie Brothers with Mike and McDonald would be more like a yacht rock, it's almost the same like what happened with Steely Dan, like the way they used to play in their first 4 albums and then the last 4. But Steely Dan did something very different. They never lost their jazzy style and the guitar solos and all that crazy good stuff, you know. I mean, and the Doobie Brothers went very commercial, like MTV commercial, I think. And Steely Dan were always original. And I mean, it's so hard to compare because Steely Dan is just like out of this world good. Like, it's like I have never listened to a band that's so surprisingly good in every aspect of every way. Every guitar solo, every lick, every chord, every way, every time Donald Fagen sings is like whoa, okay? Like literally from the first album until, I mean, we haven't really heard the last, but we heard some because we're also doing reaction videos. And Steely Dan, I'm not gonna do without Alexia. That's like, no way. Like, it's not gonna happen. So please don't even dare to send me a request by myself, because I'm not doing Steely Dan without her. I need her energy. And I just want to, you know, high five her, because every time we hear a Steely Dan song, we're like, whoa, you know. So it's like a celebration in the marriage. This is of course very good, but I can still play it to her and she's still gonna appreciate it. But with the Dan, that sealed the deal, you know, like that's like NicknLex 100%. So okay, now the second song of the album is Daughters of the Sea. Let's go. There's a cowbell here. I can hear beautiful. I love the intro, like the intro, like the intro with the guitar solo. Then it goes into the rhythm. It breaks down again until the guitar solo goes back up again. Beautiful. Wow. What a beautiful song. Okay, so it's now going into let's see here. Stampede. Oh, I love the cover. Stampede, this is 1975. This song was so good. And then the guitar solo was beautiful, and then that little like outro the guitars did, like not the in the outro but before the outro, that that's what I'm like. I would have played in this band before they went commercial, even though they got much more money and stuff. But it happens so much with bands that we listen to right now. For example, like there's like one AC/DC and then there's a second AC/DC. There's like one Yes and then the Yes that came in the 90s, or one Genesis and then the Genesis that came in the 90s. In the 80s and 90s, there was so much change, good stuff, but it totally broke the mold of the 70s, and it became everything became synthy. And don't get me wrong, I love synth, but if you compare this to this, obviously I would go with this. So I didn't really understand, because we only listened to one song of this Doobie Brothers, and I was like, everybody likes the original way better. Like, why? And now I know. Now I understand. It's much more musically rich, much more instrumentation, composition wise. It's just more, there's more soul, there's more rhythm, funk, all these elements are missing. Maybe not in, I can't say that the Michael McDonald Doobie Brothers is bad, because it is so good, but it's so different. It should be basically labeled as two different bands. I wish they would have just changed their name, but you can't do that, because then you break your revenue basically, and you start from scratch, and that would be a horrible idea. So they had to keep going as the Doobie Brothers, but I guess they could have also called it just, I don't know, I think every band goes through it. Look, even Roger Waters and David Gilmour have said it when they separated, because Pink Floyd was a unison, and then Roger Waters did his own thing. He called it Roger Waters. And then Dave Gilmour was like, why should I call it David Gilmour? I already have the name, I'm going to lose millions if I just why not do my music and keep going under Pink Floyd? And it's just logical, So, okay, now let's do Take Me in Your Arms, 1975, from the Stampede. Is it Stampede? I said it. Stampede. Okay, here we go. Last song of the marathon. Hope you enjoy. I'm getting some lovely Elton John vibes here. Like, don't tell me no. Like the honky tonk feeling there, boom. Yeah. What a great party song at the end. Great. And I love that solo and the whole, like I said, it had more like a honky tonk vibe, like the piano and the whole like chorus and, you know, back, it felt a little bit more gospel. I love it, man. Thank you so much, GREYBEARD. This was awesome. What a great band, and just perfection, you know. And even though they changed, I still love them to death, even the new stuff. If I listen right now to, you know, to their 80s stuff, or mid 70s, I think, let's see, let me just, so it's 1978, minute by minute, amazing. I mean, you can't just go wrong with them. You do whatever they do, they changed, but they still gave us great music. So the cool thing about this whole thing, I think, is that, you know, I mean, look, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 albums before the whole change. You know, I don't know if it like, I don't know, like, it said something here. When did it change? Doobie Brothers, 76. Okay, so after this album, basically it changed. But I mean, look, it's basically half and half. So it just happened with bands. I appreciate them both. I love them to death, both. They're just professional musicians doing what they love. And, you know, I think they got way more successful when they changed, because, you know, more simple is always more accessible, and it's always going to create more money. That's sadly the truth, you know. I mean, complex music doesn't sell. That's unfortunately the world we live in. I mean, you can ask bands like Rush, or if you compare them against bands like the Eagles, you know, or, you know, Led Zeppelin compared to, I don't know, you know, as the more complex it gets, the less it sells, because people don't like to think. People don't like to analyze. People don't want complex. They want simple. And that's sadly what it is, you know. And that's why the music is today what it is. It's just like, you don't have to think at all. It's just like, it's like, soon it's going to be like white noise, you know, just like, it's going to get so poor, because it's already so poor. It's just a loop of a drum beat and one chord or two chords, and people just like mumbling over or auto-tuning. It's a sad world. But, you know, the good thing is we can still enjoy this from the from the good old years, and it's a pleasure for me to be able to, you know, to put this on YouTube and through the channel, you know, to pass it on. Maybe someday we'll have a younger audience listening to this too. And I'm sure we have, you know, little by little, because we also introduce stuff that's not so old, maybe from the 80s and 90s, 2000s. And that's how people get, you know, in touch. I mean, look at us. We didn't know this music a year ago. So there we go. So it's just like we have to work slowly but surely. So thank you so much again, GREYBEARD, for this wonderful marathon. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.